Hey, welcome back and thank you for tuning into this video. Today I'd like to talk to you about two speakers. And yes, they are of the Mandalorian, the child, or as we like to call it, Baby Yoda. Now, I got these speakers, well this one is the first one to come out. The bigger one came out I think maybe about 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. And I've been eagerly awaiting to make this video. Now I've been using these and listening to them, and we'll get to that in just a moment, but let's start with the small one. Now these are from the company eKids, or if you really want, their parent company, iHome. Now this speaker here, as you can tell, there's not a whole lot of detail on it, but everything you need is right here on the back. Right here is the micro USB charging port, on and off switch. Right in the center here is the LED light, and this is your Bluetooth pairing mode. Now this is strictly Bluetooth, no auxiliary port at all. And the LED light is blue when it's pairing, it'll flash and stay a steady blue. And then when it's charging, it's red, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you bought anything from this company, whether it be eKids or iHome, you'll know that you really don't get a whole lot of specs. Actually, virtually none inside there. So I can't tell you like the size of the battery, how long it'll charge, the speaker response, you know, all those technical things, specifications you'll want to know. They don't really give it to you, and I didn't even find it on the box. I didn't even find it in the instructions, nor did I find it on their website. The only thing I can tell you about this is it will work up to 30 feet away. And of course, there's a lot of variables that happen. If you have a lot of lights in your house, how thick the walls are, how good your device is, things of that nature. So you will get up to 30 feet. So if you get 28 feet and it dies out, don't be too surprised, okay? Now the sound on this one, out of the two speakers, this is the better one. One of the other things I'd like to show you, see this little circle underneath on both sides? I'm not sure if my camera will pick it up very well, but that's where the speaker is, right there. There's like a little slot here and a little slot there to let the sound out. Now the sound, the way they tuned this, really isn't too bad. It still has a good amount of bass in it. It's not muddy or anything. You can still hear the bass and the very good low ends. The mid-range is very kind of weak in this speaker, but the high ends are a lot higher than the mid-range in here. So basically, I would suggest if you buy this one, really only listen to it no more than 50 to 55%. Once you start getting higher in volume, it seems like the high ends start moving up as well. Almost to the point where you're going to have, it's overpowering the whole sound, and it might even hurt your ears if you're sitting close enough to it. Also, I think the speaker in here is very underpowered. When I turned it up all the way, it sounded like the speaker was really straining to bring out the music. And in some songs it actually started distorting, and you can hear some crackling happen. So if you keep it up past 50 to 55%, you're running, in my opinion, you might run the chance of blowing out the speaker. Now the second one, his head moves, his eyes will blink too, by the way. And right here is the speaker. And this is like a little demo button. I'll get to that in just a moment. On the bottom is the battery compartment, and it takes 3 AA batteries. I'll get to that in a moment too. On the back, you got an auxiliary port and the on and off switch. This is a non-Bluetooth speaker, okay? It's strictly auxiliary port. And let me do the demo for you real quick. So keep your eye on his head and his eyes. And by the way, the demo mode is a lot louder than that speaker. To be honest with you, if I were to plug this in and play a song and talk at my normal volume like I am now, either I'll still be louder than the speaker itself or just about the same volume. Now with this one, the way they tuned it, it's still pretty decent. What it is you can still hear the bass coming through. If there's a song with a decent amount of bass in it, you'll hear it. The mid-range is good and the high end is good. It's all really good, but the problem lies, since they put the speaker right here, it doesn't really give you a good audio experience. It's kind of like very mechanical or plasticky and cheap sounding. Give you an example, you know those Halloween and Christmas animatronic things that you press like the foot or the hand and they sing Merry Christmas or something, and it kind of sounds like they're using a real cheap speaker, like a plastic type speaker, and it has a funny sound to it? That's this one right here. Once I said it doesn't go very loud either. One of the things it does do, when you're playing music, his head and eyes will move. So I guess that's not too bad of a nice little gimmick. But it is kind of irritating though that you spend, I think these were only like 20 bucks. You spend 20 bucks and it's not that great of an audio experience. Let me just play a song for you. Now, by the way, yeah, this is up all the way. On my phone, it's up all the way right now. And he tends to do that when there's every now and then too. Let me get a good song here. Okay, now, like I said, I got the volume turned up all the way. I got Duracell batteries in this thing. And I'm talking at my normal voice, and this is all the volume you're going to get out of this thing. But like I said, at least he moves and blinks to the music. That's it. And you heard him when there was kind of like a little bit of a break in the song, make that weird little noise. He tends to do that a lot as well. Okay, let me turn that off so he can stop. He tends to do that too. If there's like a nice little break in the song, he'll giggle, he'll laugh, or he'll make that weird noise. Now, I was really hoping for these to sound a lot better. As a matter of fact, the Spider-Man speaker I reviewed for you has way better sound and better volume than these two. Like I said, I think they used an underpowered speaker in this one. Like, for example, if this was putting out 5 watts of power, I think they only put a 5-watt speaker in it instead of like, say, maybe a 8 or 10 watt speaker. Because the higher the wattage of speaker, it can handle the music and power and frequencies being pumped through it. So you won't get some distortion or the crackling effect. You know, sometimes it sounds kind of like it wants to break. You know, that's what I mean by crackle effect. So I think they used an underpowered speaker in this one. And I think iHome really blew it when it comes to these speakers. One, because of the speaker in this one. It kind of isn't the best in the world. 2, they don't have an auxiliary port in this. What I think they did wrong in this one, number 1 is speaker placement. It's really kind of not good sounding at all. It's not something I would be proud of to say, hey, listen to this. No, the Spider-Man speaker is the way to go. This was not. This is just horrible. The second thing they kind of did wrong, in my opinion, on this one was having it run by only 3 AA batteries. They could have put a rechargeable battery in it, but they didn't. Secondly, and lastly, it's not Bluetooth. What I think happened with both of these speakers is that iHome probably paid a lot of money for the licensing fees just to have these Baby Yoda speakers out, and they spent some money on the packaging. I mean, that's for the smaller one, so they spent a lot of money on the packaging. Here's the box for the bigger one. And I think in order to kind of recoup some of that money that they spent on licensing, they cut corners with these speakers because they probably wanted to hurry up, get it out there. Since The Mandalorian is such kind of like a big hit, they probably wanted to get some kind of product out as fast as they can just to kind of make money. And I think they really did drop the ball, mainly on the speakers. Even if they would have redid the speakers a little bit better on this one, so it would sound better, and at least a rechargeable battery, even, you know, like a 200 milliamp hour battery, something in it would have made it sound a lot better. By the way, with this one here, if you do go with it, with the AAA battery one, please make sure you buy good batteries. I bought some cheapy ones from the dollar store and like, you know, some CVS type brand, off-brand types. They didn't last long. All right. The Duracell ones in this speaker lasted the longest, and it actually kicked out a little bit more volume than the cheap ones. So my advice is, if you buy this for anyone, get the good batteries. Now, I'm kind of torn to recommend these. Who would I recommend them to? Well, if you're a Star Wars fan and you're really not going to use them for the speakers very much, yeah, that's for you. If you're going to buy it for your kids because they love Baby Yoda, yeah, I can see that too. But if you're going to buy these kind of like to have on your desk somewhere at work or at home and you're going to be listening music through it, no. Just no. Like I said, they're great maybe as a collectible. They're great for the kids. Other than that, I really wouldn't recommend them. But they're still kind of cute. You can't deny that. They are a cute little bunch. And that concludes my review of the Mandalorian the Child speakers. Because after all, this is the way. Hey, if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, and please don't forget about the notification bell. It would really mean a lot to me if you were to share this video on all of your social media sites. And, well, until the next video, you have a great day.